Hey, I'm back. And one thing I realized that I have two things I hate the most. I hate people that are woke on Twitter, and now I realize I hate woke people on TikTok. Cause every time it's always something that someone's upset about. As you can tell from our title, people are now saying it's racist to look at people, and it's definitely racist if you're from another country. If you don't understand what I'm saying, what I'm talking about, look for TikTok about the show.
We cannot escape, we cannot come.
It's funny that Europeans have always been like, we're not racist like Americans. But when I was in Germany, the entire bus of Germans was staring at me and my other black friend like this.
I want to know, how are you going to act surprised that a country that is majority white Europeans are surprised to see a black Western African American man. Okay, if you understand this, Germany has a population of 83.24 million people, and I want you to take a guess how many of the people are black. If you say anything over 1%, I mean not 1%, but like over 1 million, you're wrong. Their population of black people is literally 1 million to 83 million. If you don't understand, that is extremely small, like an extremely small ratio compared to America with a population of 329 million. We are pretty much near even, if not 40% black in America. If you are from a Western country like America and you instantly say, "Oh, these people are racist because they're looking at me or they're staring at me," you are naive and ignorant. You're in a country where it's majority white and they barely see a black person, and you act as if they're not gonna look. It's and the people in the comment section saying like, "Oh, they have TV. They see us on TV. Then I shouldn't be so surprised." That's like me saying I go to Wendy's and I'm in line and I see LeBron James. I'm gonna be surprised and I'm gonna look at him because I did not imagine I'm gonna see LeBron James on my way to get a full-on Baconator. People's like, "Oh, they're at TV." Like, that means nothing. Like, imagine you're on the subway and randomly you see a whole black family, and you go weeks without seeing a single black person. You see just your ordinary European Caucasian family. The country is majority white, and you act surprised that they literally are surprised to see a black person in a country that has rarely any black people in it. Are you that ignorant? And the people that's claiming that as racism is a joke. And here's the second part of the video that annoyed me the most.
Yes. Seeing a black person is just like seeing the obligatory lion in a cage next to you on the highway. Even if we were that rare in Europe, like, they have TV and internet, bro.
I'm gonna say for the last time, you're in a country that is majority white and is literally a small ratio of black people, and you are surprised that they're going to look at you and stare at you in amazement. It's like if I went to China and I proceeded to go on the subway or whatever it's called, and I get upset that all these guys are looking at me like, "What? You never seen a black person?" No, they really haven't. Don't think they can make the ideas of what we look like and how we act is from TV, and then they see us in reality. They're going to be surprised and question a lot of things and want to get a closer look at us. It is not nothing new. Even as sometimes us Westerns do it to a certain extent. Even people in Africa do it to other demographics like Asian or Egyptian or other white or black people. People in Africa do it. It's not racism. And the people that are saying it's racism because they were looking at you is this full-on blind or ignorant. People are saying that, "Oh, you need to figure out what the definition of the word racism is. Google what racism is." The main definition of racism, anyone can look at it. It's just sad. People are saying this, but they'd be so wrong. The most loud or the wrong. People are trying to act so woke. Nigga, that's not woke. You're just being ignorant. A basic word, racism, the word that people that's been big meaning, has pretty much lost its meaning. Same as the R word or sexual assault word or grooming. Or, a pedo or a pedophile, whatever it is. Those words have lost their entire meaning because people will claim it or use it to label anyone that does something that they don't understand or, feel a little bit uncomfortable with. That's what I have realized. People have called everyone a pedo. Call me cursing. They called him a pedo. That wasn't pedophilia. They said, I forgot that one YouTuber that, was talking to a fan. No, call him cursing. They called him a groomer and a pedophile. Even though it didn't make sense. They are using these big words with such big meanings for anything, and they slowly minimize it from having its meaning and its full volume. and then act upset when people, you know, just say they're woke or they're idiots and then ignore it, or just say like, oh, well, I don't know, one cares about that word anymore. Like, you can't get upset now because you are ruining that word. TikTok and Twitter, I don't know what has happened for this younger generation and the older generation to make this little disconnect and trying to understand what a word actually means and what its full on, you know, heritage means to it. Y'all have full on destroyed any basic understanding of what true racism is, or true sexism, or true bigotry, or true anything really, because no one can understand a single definition without confining it to different things that fit their ideas. You don't understand what I'm talking about? You should write in the comment section when I'm arguing this to a couple black chicks that are saying, oh, I don't know what racism is. I probably never experienced it, even though they don't know my race. They don't know me. But because I disagree with them, I must not be educated to understand a basic word that anyone can do with a single Google search and can tell you because you're getting stared at doesn't mean they're racist. If you actually think that someone looking at you, or because, you know, they're concerned or, like, you know, surprised, is racism, you're an idiot. You are a full-on child. Stop talking as if you're making big moves or you're trying to do the best for communities, because all you're doing is making us seem retarded. If you think that is racism, please do me a favor and talk to your great-grandmother or your great-great-grandmother, if they're still breathing, and ask them, what's true racism? You can look in history books. We have history for a reason. I don't know if that's, you know, whitewashed or, you know, full-on corrupted, but racism can tell you what it truly is. If not that, Google it. What your claim is racism is not racism. It's just a basic action. And I'm trying to figure out, oh, why are they staring? I did some research. It turns out in a lot of countries that is not Western America, a lot of people stare. Germany, full on Ireland. A lot of countries just stare because, you know, that's just a norm there. They look at you and they just keep staring and walk off. Turns out that's just common. But people in the comment section saying stop making excuses for that. It's pretty much people saying, oh, your culture, it's just an excuse. That's not what's happening. Even though you are all from one country and y'all did not even take time to understand any other ideas or culture, and then proceed to just full on bash it and say, oh, that's weird, oh, it's racism. All I can make from this video is saying, if you're going to be an idiot, at least have some basic understanding of grammar or understanding of vocabulary words, and not claim everything as racism or sexism. And stop claiming anything that is different to be out of hatred. You're just an idiot, and to make everyone else that falls in that same category as you as an idiot. There's a reason why people discredit liberals or anyone that's a libertarian, because you make them seem like fools when you go so violently an uproar against something and then being shown to be wrong and then just stick to the guns of being ignorant. It makes you seem like an idiot. If you like this video, like and subscribe. If you didn't, dislike it right down in the comments. And if you honestly believe if someone's looking at you and the claim that is racism, I'll put an assumption, I say you need to get therapy. But even that, I wouldn't fix you. Bye, have a nice day. Stop being a fucking idiot.
Trying to hang like my sack is too massive. Styles catchy, can't catch me. 110 is better than 5 5s, Kyle Massey.